Welcome to No Fall Zone, the podcast that takes you inside the minds of Freeride World Tour athletes, past and present, who've left their mark on the sport. We lift the curtain and give you a glimpse of what life is really like for some of the world's greatest professional freeriders. This episode of No Fall Zone is brought to you by Scott, the premium supplier of goggles, helmets, and back protectors for the Freeride World Tour, and a very important partner of today's guest. She is an 8-time freeski champion in her native Poland, who discovered her passion for freeriding after a life-changing move to the Swiss Alps. In 2021, her rookie season on the FWT, she finished 3rd place in the ski women rankings after claiming victory at the Fieberbrunn Pro. Last year, she dominated the season-opening Verbier Pro and finished 3rd on the year-end podium again. Zuzanna Witych, welcome to the podcast.
Hello everyone, and thank you for having me here.
Well, it's a pleasure. It is a pleasure. So we're going to just jump right into things. And it is preseason. This is the No Fall Zone is our segue into the winter season. So all of you have been training. Our last guest, Maxime Chablot, was on a contest for on the Freestyle Kite World Tour. And a little bird told me that you've been actually very busy. And why don't you tell me what it is that you've been doing in this build up to the 2025 season?
Yeah, sure. I'm training a lot to the upcoming season. I'm super stoked to. No, I already want to have a winter here. And yeah, I've been already once on the glacier in Hintertux, and yeah, I did a pretty big project that I was dreaming about since many months, and I actually made Freeride World Tour Academy in Poland for the first time, and I'm super proud about it. And yeah, we are super stoked to announce we are organizing our first 2 camps. One of them is happening already in 3 weeks, still in November, in the end of November in Hintertux. So yeah, I'll be training for myself. I'll be training the youngsters also. And also the young adults that will compete in qualifiers and the juniors. So yeah, we are creating kind of the crew here in Poland.
Fantastic. And I saw that you actually did a little camp for kids at home and of course I'm going to massacre the name of your hometown, Tudz. Is that how we say it?
It says Woods. But it's kind of hard because you have 3 Polish letters. Yeah, but you write it lots, Lodz, but you say it Wódź because there's some accents and stuff. So yeah, it's hard. No worries.
Okay, so at home in Wódź, you did a little camp for kids at an indoor ski dome, I guess, but on carpet, so it's dry slope. So how did that go?
Yeah, so actually the city I'm from, it's totally flat. There's no mountains. The nearest mountains are 6 hours drive from here. So we are already super happy and thrilled to have these indoor carpets. Maybe those things. You have that carpet is rolling around all the time, and you are kind of staying in place, and the carpet moves on beneath you, and you can kind of ski. I must say it's harder than real skiing. For me, it was surprisingly hard. But the guys from the spot, they said it's easier for the people that never skied to learn on this carpet and then move to the snow than the people who already know snow and then do it on the carpet, because kind of catches your edges every time, and it's sketchy. So it's a good challenge if someone wants to challenge themselves. Yeah, but I actually did a movie 2 years ago about my story from this super flat city far from the mountains, and about my story that I actually started skiing super late, and I wanted to tell this story to the kids and tell them that everything is possible and you can do this, and every dream can come true. And we did this movie premiere with this training camp, indoor training camp for the kids. And it was amazing because there were some kids, they never had an opportunity to put skis on. It was their first time. There were some kids who already did it on the snow. Yeah, I was super happy to do this.
That looked like it was a great event. And tell me a little bit more about the Freeride Academy as well. So that took place though in the mountains, in the Tatras Mountains in the south of Poland, if I'm correct.
Yeah, actually, the idea comes from the fact that I'm the first person from Poland in the Freeride World Tour, and I'm, super proud to get this sport more popular and like more and more people watching the sport and then like following me. But I had so many questions if it's possible to train somewhere, and they wanted to go to the comps, but they have no one to go with, and they didn't know how to do it, and etc. etc. And I myself, I was kind of all alone with all this. And even on the tour, I have so many friends. It's amazing, but it is, for the competition, you've got this, national crews, like the Frenchies with the Frenchies, like American guys with the American guys. And I was also always all alone. So I was always dreaming about having, this Polish crew. And I get to go through this path all alone, and I super enjoyed it. But yeah, I had to discover it by myself, and I was dreaming to get it easier for the next ones, for the for the youngsters, but also the adults, that they are great skiers and they want to try themselves in competition, how I did, by the way. So yeah, I get together the crew of the good riders. They are also instructors and coaches. They have already, they have also the MTB, like mountain biking club in the summers, already experience in coaching, etc. So we get together, a few of us, and yeah, decided to create this academy, the club. And there's amazing opportunity that, this Freeride Academy format exists already. So I asked if it's possible to join it, to create it in Poland, and to, use the fact that I'm a Freeride World Tour rider, and use the all the experience and amazing knowledge of Freeride World Tour Academy. And yeah, and we started actually not very long time ago, because there was some kind of freeride festivals in Poland. We've got in 4 biggest cities. And when we then we prepared our stand and like website and everything, and there was so many people who came by and asked, and they already signed up for the camps. We are organizing 2 first camps, actually for the first time, to see how people riding, what they want to do, if they want to compete, or for now just prepare, just to know each other. But we are super happy to do this, and we will got already full crew for the first camp, and we are preparing the other one. So yeah, I'm so happy about this.
That looked awesome, and I saw you you did a big interview in an auditorium at one of the festivals. So you're becoming quite a star in Poland.
It's a big word, to star, but yeah. I mean, I'm super lucky to be this first and only Polish person in Poland to compete in the tour. And yeah, I kind of feel, kind of the mission to make it easier for the others, and to make it more accessible, and to connect those people who are dreaming about this kind of sport, this kind of career, to the tour. And yeah, I'm also lucky to be invited to the media and stuff, and to have an opportunity to talk about this amazing sport, for me is just a pure pleasure. And yeah, it's amazing to see that more and more people following this, and they are even discovering the freeride because of my the fact that I'm competing in the tour. So for me, it's the best compliment I can ever get.
For sure. And you mentioned mountain biking. Apparently that's your second love, and the way you're really into mountain biking, I guess, for preseason training and just off-season fun in general, it looks like.
Exactly what you said, that it's like super fun. It's dangerous, so I don't know, in my head I cannot go full send. I'm a little bit crazy. I think every one of us during freeride doing trading are a little bit crazy, so I know I have to be a little bit more like with the additional breaks. But yeah, I love it so much, and I get into some more technical aspects this summer. I get to get with biking with some coaches. So I had some really nice advices, which changes everything, and you feel even more comfortable. I can go further in skills. But yeah, I think, in my opinion, the mountain biking, it's a great training for the brain, actually, during the summer, because we, as free riding, you have to read the terrain before you like super fast and take super fast decisions, etc. And in mountain biking, it's kind of the same. So you are keeping this fast thinking and super fast decisions during the summer, and then you're feeling more ready to the winter. So I think it's a great like mental training.
And it's a great crossover sport for your sponsor Scott as well, because
Exactly.
they've got you
Yeah.
covered with the helmets and the back protectors.
And even clothes and everything, and I'm super happy they have like super nice bike gear, like from gloves to shoes to everything. So I feel like, you know, little princess having like all skirt on me. So yeah, super happy, and you know, so like proud to be like all year Scotch rider. So it's great to have a partner like this.
Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic. So you mentioned Far from the Peaks, your film that you made, which was actually I loved watching it. It gives a really good in-depth look into your life, and it finishes though with your receiving the wild card for the Freeride World Tour for last season. Was the project something that you're working on and then you happened to get the wild card, or did you do it retroactively? Oh, I got the wild card, so we need to do something that you know shows what I've been doing in the between your first season and then your kind of come back to the tour.
No, actually, it was like all like real life, and it was amazing, you know, because we were doing this movie. Because anyway, I wanted to do this for once, and I have this kind of a little bit more easy season. So yeah, we decided to film anyway, and I was like, it was exactly, the movie was about the real times, and I was competing in the qualifiers and challengers to requalify for the tour. And it was this injury before, etc. So yeah, actually, while doing the movie, I received the white card. So it was all like the story was making itself.
Perfect. It was kind of like a fairy tale ending to the whole thing.
Exactly. And yeah, I was maybe thinking about you know, continue the story, and it's kind of the open ending of this movie. It was like on purpose, you know, to tell about the last season. We wanted to film, but there was some, you know, some issues because I've got my cameraman who missed the flight to Georgia. We were supposed to go there together, but he was like, he missed the flight by, I don't know, 5 minutes maybe. So we had some crazy adventures, and didn't get to film as much as we wanted. But yeah, it will be amazing to continue the story. I actually had proposition by the big Polish cinemas, like it's a kind of agency that they are doing the film distribution for like really the big cinemas. They asked me if I'm, you know, if I wanted to make this movie for like 100 cinemas in Poland, which sounds absolutely amazing. But for now, the movie is a little bit
Wow.
too short, so we have to make this story longer to, you know, add this season and maybe the next one to make it full story. They need like 1 hour and 1 hour 20 to put it in the cinemas, and that will be super nice, amazing. So yeah, I hope it's gonna
For
work.
sure. There we go. And I hope for you it ends with another fairy tale ending with winning the world title. Why not, right?
I mean, I don't want to say nothing, but this will be just, you know, the perfect story to tell. Yeah, from my super flat city in the center of Poland to the world title. Wow, that's the best scenario ever. But yeah, I have to work hard for this for sure.
Yeah, stranger things have happened, huh?
Yeah.
You know, this he's probably a little bit too old for you, but there's a snowboarder named Axel Poporte who came from the dry slopes of Belgium and won the King of the Hill and the Verbier Extreme. So anything can
Wow,
happen.
that's amazing. Wow, that's cool. That's great. Yeah. So I love the stories like this.
No, indeed. So, you've had literally a roller coaster ride on tour, finishing your rookie year third in the rankings. Then the season afterwards, it wasn't quite clear in the film in my notes of as being one of the Freeride World Tour resident historians. I have you down as not requalifying to, or not
Exactly.
qualifying to make the finals, but at the same time you injured yourself. So where's the
Exactly.
real story in there as to what happened in year two?
The real story is that I was competing on my second year, and I was pretty low in I crashed once, since if I remember well, and I wasn't qualified. I had the last chance in the last comp, but I injured myself just before this. So yeah, that was like it came together. So I dropped off the tour this year. It was like so it was 2022. And then I was competing in the Challengers in 23, which is already in the movie, and then 24 was the last season with pretty nice result.
Oh yeah, fantastic results. So that's a perfect segue into another topic that I wanted to bring up, which is what happened for you to come back and you got the wild card. You had your year off, and then at the Verbier Pro, so the contest that they pretty much just invented at the last minute because there was no snow in the Pyrenees, and you dropped one of I mean, literally one of the best runs that in the history of ski women on the Freeride World Tour. I mean, almost a perfect score, like 97 point something or other. But I mean, literally, because you'd had good runs, you won Fieberbrunn. You got third place in Verbier in 2022. So you'd put down some solid runs. But I mean, the winning run at the Verbier Pro was just absolutely incredible. So what was there just a switch, or was it the conditions on the day? I mean, what happened?
Yeah, actually, the story behind this run is the fact that I qualified super fast for my first ever tour, and I was like so inexperienced, and I had no idea in the beginning. It was so stressful for me, and to be honest, I was never happy with my runs, and I was looking back at my runs like, yeah, okay, but I didn't want to look at it like this, and I was. Also, which helped me a lot was the fact that I was filming the year before, and to film you have to look at your skin looks nice, and for me it was very important. I learned a lot about this, and yeah, putting my runs from the previous years, and watching myself all over again, I was like not happy, and I knew what I wanted to look like, but I never did it. I never managed to do this in the previous years, and even if I won in Fieberbrunn, yeah, I was like super happy about winning, but yeah, it still didn't look pretty for me. And yeah, when I came back on the tour, I had in mind I wanted it to look nice on the potential movie. So I had this example in my head, and I absolutely didn't think about a winning run or something. I was super inspired by the right side of the back, which was full of snow. It didn't happen very very often in the previous years, to be skiable. So I really choose to ride this side of the back,
It's not that
as it
often
was.
that there's perfect conditions on the back. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So it was even early in the season. So this was my motivation, and also I chose this big clip at the end of the phase. I think it was like a kind of the highlight of my run. And I never saw anyone jumping this cliff. I was trying to find some videos, but I never found it, and I had no idea how big it is. I knew that it wasn't very small, but I was trying to convince myself, yeah, it's not so big. Like I think it's okay. And even I remember very well, walking on the ridge when we were reaching the top of the Petit Bec. And I was like, look, I was pretty close because this cliff was very close to the right side, and I was like kind of close to this spot, and was like, yeah, it's should be okay, it's not so big. So yeah. I was like keep repeating it to myself. And yeah, it's only in the air when I was like, oh, okay, it's like way bigger than I thought. But I'm lucky to have this, this mindset that I don't panic. And I was in the air. Okay, you have to be strong on the landing. Don't panic and be prepared. It was like boom, I remember I hit my tip with my knee. I was like a little bit of knocked out. I was like kind of black out for a few seconds. I
Oh
remember I was
wow.
like, okay, now going to the finish, and like because I was planning to do maybe something on the wind lip at the very end of the phase. It was like, okay, you already survived this, so go to the finish. And yeah, so this is the story behind. And then it was all very honest. My reaction, when I saw the score was like very, very honest. This was the first time ever that I was happy about my skiing and myself, and I really wanted to remember this feeling and to do this again, which isn't very easy, but yeah, this is something that I'm willing to repeat.
Yeah, well, Derek and Anna on the webcast were just going absolutely crazy. And on that last jump, I mean, you landed way out. Did you scope the line? Did you talk with Manolowski about the that cliff, because she hit it before you, but you went like, I don't even know how much farther than she did, but you landed well beyond her tracks.
I had no idea that she is doing this clip, really. I actually, it was my plan only in my head. I had one friend that I sent him the plan, and then I was like, okay, like everyone, every time before I trusted myself like fully, and I was like fully 100% my plan. It worked really good. So I was like, okay, it was working good before, so trust yourself and follow your intuition and your plan, and it should go pretty good. And yeah, I had no idea that Manon, so I was pretty not to say the shocked, but I was like when I was approaching the takeoff for this big clip, I saw the tracks of Manon, but I didn't expect any tracks there. So yeah, it was a nice feeling, because I was like, okay, so already someone ascended, so I can go even faster, because the speed is
I can do it
very
too.
often yeah, the speed is your friend. So it's not easier, but it's safer very often to go faster than slower. So I was okay. There's some tracks, so go full straight. And I remember I like last 2 meters before the cliff, I put the skis parallelly and like go for it.
And you said that it turned out to be a lot bigger than you thought, which I guess is kind of a theme of your competitive riding anyways, because I can't remember if I read it in an interview or if it was maybe the interview that you guys, the preseason interview with the Freeride World Tour, the questions they send you, but you said that, yeah, a lot of times the cliffs end up being a lot bigger than you think they are when you're scoping your line.
Yeah, I also laughing about this. This is the story of my life. Like every time for me, it's like super hard to judge those, the high of the cliffs. And I have some kind of an idea, but not really. I'm not from the mountains, so I don't have this very feeling of the mountains. So I'm still learning, and I want to learn more. And I'm super hungry for this knowledge. But yeah. And I'm kind of ambitious, so I'm like, okay, it looks so nice. Okay, maybe it's big, but I did it already before, so I think I'm able. So let's go for it. And every time in the air, it's like, oopsie. But yeah, then I have this ability to do not panic and try to land it like hard on my legs, and in like let's say 85% it works.
And it's funny because the same thing in that same interview. There's another thing that you have in common with Maxime, is that you both say you are very calculated about your runs and your line choice, because you don't want to do something crazy. You want to do something that you make sure that you're going to stay on your feet from the top to the bottom of the run, as opposed to maybe some free riders. Like I'll go with the Spaniards, Aymar Navarro and Abel Moga. I mean, those guys, it seems like they just pick the craziest line that they can think of. And, half the times it goes and the other half it doesn't. They don't seem to really care about it.
Yeah, for sure. I prefer, I like to put some highlights in my run. I like to put something big, but if it's like super scary and something super crazy, it makes you ski like, not very nicely, not very relaxed before this. And I think you can see from the very first turn that someone preparing something that he is kind of afraid of. And I don't want in my runs, it doesn't I don't like this feeling. So as I said, I'm ambitious and I like to put some highlights, but not like super crazy, like 50-50. I can, jump it or crash badly at the bottom. So yeah. About this, I'm calculated. I prefer it to look like smooth and nice, and put more things in the line that like something like totally out of space. Because I have a huge respect for those crazy guys, and you have like have to have like amazing mindset to do this. And like, yeah, usually they are crazy, but I love it. I love it. I love their style for sure.
I think we all do, but it's just yeah. I was thinking as I was preparing this interview, I was like, I want to ask her about that because it was funny that the exact same answer as Max, and then I was trying to think of the example. I'm like, oh, the Spaniards. It's just like,
Yeah.
but let's move on to your second run at Verbier on the face of the Petit Bec last year, with an injured knee, but you still put down again another fantastic run. And I would have loved to have seen what you'd have done if you hadn't been holding back a little bit because of the injury.
Yeah, yeah. It was also like a huge emotional roller coaster because yeah, I crashed pretty bad like in Fieberbrunn, but as you know, there was like these 2 runs format in Fieberbrunn, and I crashed in my first run pretty bad. I knew it that there is something, but I was like, okay, it's not so bad. You've got all this adrenaline, all those emotions, etc. So you don't want to feel this pain. Very deep inside that you shouldn't go for the second one. But I was like, no, it's okay. Like, I took some painkiller and like, it's gonna be okay. And I really wanted to make it better because I wasn't, obviously I wasn't happy because I crashed on the first big cliff. And the moment I dropped for the second run, I knew it's not a good idea. And I not even pain, but I felt like no power in this leg. My body was saying, I'm not going to help you here. It's not a good idea. So yeah, but you're in on the combat life. So anywhere you want to go and it doesn't work. So it was the worst moment of my competitive as a competition story, I think. Yeah, and then I made it worse. My injured knee, and then there was like the final Verbier was approaching. So yeah, obviously I really wanted to finish my season well because I crashed in Fieberbrunn and I crashed before in Georgia. And yeah, normal thing. I wasn't happy about this, and I really wanted to finish the season nicely. And yeah, I went to the doctor. He said, okay, it's not the worst case. It's not super good, so you can do this. But yeah, I think he saw he saw my mindset. He knew that even if he say, okay, you cannot, I will try. So he said, okay, so he told me how to behave, how to protect this knee. I don't know how many takes. By day it was like civil who helped me to do this, and I put I think like 3 kind of tapes, like super strong, and even like additional bracelet to my knee, what kind of knee out of steel. And yeah, I also took some painkiller, some meds, so I could do this. But actually, I gave myself time. I totally rest for a few days, and then I went skiing to test it, like 2 days before. Yeah, if I'm honest with myself, it wasn't very good. The day before, I tried to ski with painkillers and with all those protections, and it was already better. And it's like, okay, it's like 1 minute run, so I think it's doable. And maybe it was a little bit stupid, I know, but yeah, it ended up really, really nice, and I was really proud of myself. And it was kind of the additional motivation, I think. I wanted to prove maybe to myself and to the others that I'm able to do this. And yeah, the knee was really, really well protected. So there was slight chances to make it way worse. So I was like, yeah, anyway, this is the end of my season. It's kind of the last run of this season. I knew about it. And it was only pain and me and my minds actually to fight with. And I decided to fight with it. And as I said, maybe it was even an additional motivation, and it went super, super nicely. I did my plan, ended up second that day and third overall. So yeah, couldn't be more happier.
No, exactly. Yeah, it was a solid run, and you were already requalified, so you didn't have to do it if you didn't feel like it. But I guess you knew in the back of your mind that no, this is good. I've got it. And I'd heard that Sabile's strapping was fantastic as well. So
yeah,
even
exactly.
once again, Derek and Anna on the webcast, they're like, Doesn't look like she's injured to me.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking to my mind, saying it's all okay, like it's only 1 minute, etc. So yeah. And then after this, I went to to check it really as I as I should. So I do a RMI, etc., etc. And then it was some more injury that I thought, but it was still not so bad. I had like 5 months break with some exercises and stuff, and now I'm all okay. It's all fresh, brand new, and ready for the next season.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, I saw some of those workout videos. I was very impressed. You're a strong
Thank
lady.
you so much. Thank you so much. I have to be to like to land those big clips,
Indeed. Yes, indeed. So we've covered the the what's been happening in your life lately and your career on tour, but let's go back to little Zuzka as a little girl, and you started skiing just on vacations, and as a freestyler. So you were saying you didn't have maybe you're not you're Polish, you're not part of the French crew or the American crew. Although I think you've been adopted by the Swiss crew on the Freeride World Tour.
Sure.
But growing up in Poland, you did have your own little crew once you started skiing, and you started out as a freestyler. So tell me a little bit about how it was growing up as a freestyler in the center of Poland.
Yeah, sure. My story with freestyle started when I was 17, like at the end of the high school, something like this. Yeah, before I had the chance to go skiing, but you can imagine, for example, you live in Berlin. It's something like this, which is like far from the mountains and like very flat. So this is like my city is kind of the same height at on the map than Berlin. So it's pretty long way. And even to be, to tell a story, even from the people from the mountains in Poland, for them it's strange than the people than someone from Łódź, like from my city, is a skier. They was like, what, why it's happened, like why, and how. So yeah, even for Polish skiers, I'm kind of the alien. But yeah, I was I was going for some, we've got this 2 weeks winter vacation in school. During winter, and yeah, I went to the some mountain spot in the mountains called Beskid in Poland. It's a little village called Chirk, which isn't really easy to say. And yeah, there was a crew doing some freestyle, some race, etc. And I was like, wow, it looks so amazing. I want to try it out. And I did, and I really loved it. I had so many crashes at the beginning. I was like so crazy and stupid, and I was like injured all the time. But I was all the time trying to try over again. And we didn't have like the snow parks, etc. in Poland. We were, building some kickers. There was some mini parks, but it was the very beginning of this. And I actually love, jibbing and race, etc. And I actually learned how to do race on the streets. It's really. So yeah, it was really crazy story.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I was every time I was the only girl in the crew, and all the guys, yeah, come on, Zuzka, can do it, go with us. And I always, repeating this, that the guys, I was always skiing with the guys, and they were very often believing in me more than me in myself. So they always, bring me up and motivated me and helped me a lot during my freestyle and freeride career. So yeah, it was a really nice story.
And yeah, they were helping you, and apparently you were pushing them from a certain extent as well. At the very end of the film, one of the guys is talking about how, oh wow, if Zuzka skied that, then I guess we have to too. You were pushing the boys and getting them to do some stuff that they didn't want to do.
Yeah, exactly. No, there's just, guys and girls, kind of the little war that if the girl do something, like the guy should do it too. So I I really love this feeling, to push the guys. Okay, guys, so for example, now in freeriding, so yeah, let's jump this cliff. And I can see in their eyes, they are oh my God, I'm scared. So I was like, okay, so I'm waiting for you under the cliff, so see ya. you know, it's a great fun. And yeah, I'm lucky to say this. Sometimes I do some things now better than them, and I motivate them because they are kind of obliged to do this because the girl did it, so they have to.
I love it. I thought that was great at the very end of the movie in the credits. So everybody, when you go watch it, watch it all the way to the end because there's some really good stuff in there. So tell me, how was it? Obviously, there are some fantastic winter sports athletes that have come out of Poland, and I've got their names down in my notes here, but we're gonna pass over that. You guys had a Polish national freestyle ski team, and you trained to go to qualify for the Olympics and stuff. But how did you finance your riding in Poland? And tell me how did your partnership with Majesty skis come about as well? Did they come get you? Did you go look for them? And how was it as well? Because you said your parents took you skiing, but you pretty much made your own way in the sport from free skiing as a teenager and into the Freeride World Tour. So how did that whole development go?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my parents took me skiing, but yeah, I love my parents so much, but they are such a, tourist skiers. They have no idea, about free riding and the mountains culture and in general, and they go on the slopes and, doing a few turns. So I'm super happy to go ski with them, but for sure they didn't have a knowledge to pass me. So yeah, that's true. Everything I know now I have to learn myself and from the others and from the people I knew and the people who helped me. And yeah, starting with free skiing, I started my free skiing, let's say, career, like more adventure. It was like 2011, I think, and I progressed pretty fast, and I get like the Polish champion title, and like we get to the national team because it was like 2014, as you remember. Free skiing was joining the Olympic program. So yeah, kind of every ski association in every country had to, give the opportunity to compete in the World Cups and Europe Cups and the qualification for the Olympics. But our ski association, they were all about ski jumping. So, we've got amazing athletes. We've got Adam Małysz, we've got Kamil Stoch, we've got the Olympic champion, but it was all about this sport. And they have really no idea, no, willing to help us. Or snowboarders or freestyle skiers was kind of, like bunch of like stupid kids. They wanted to make fun, so it wasn't serious at all. We didn't have a coach. We didn't have a financial help, like nothing. We're like all around. They said, okay, we can, because they have to send you to the competition. You cannot like do it by yourself, but the ski association have to, announce you to the comps. So we have to pass by them. And okay, the only thing we can do, we can, sign you up for the comp, and that's all. So we were super motivated, and our national team was like 3 guys and me. And we were, we had to find the location, the apartment, and very often like super small apartment. We were sleeping all together to get it cheaper. And we had to go to the coach meetings by ourselves. We have to get the ski passes. We had to go to the training and to compete at the very end by ourselves. So yeah, it was hard, but it was very like amazing adventure. It's like a nice learning, like life learning. I think we were super happy to be where we were, and to have the experience. And we're like, okay, it's like, let's do this. We can do this, and we were helping each other. So, but by the end, it was hard to compete with the big teams like the Alpine teams, etc. So it was for us. It was tough to get it a little bit higher in the to the big competitions, because to qualify for the Olympics, you had to go to the all the World Cups, which were happening, in Argentina and New Zealand, all over Europe and States. So yeah, it was hard to get a budget for this. But anyway, it was amazing adventure. But then it kind of died with time, and now I'm happy. There are some kind of recreation of the freestyle team in Poland, which is really really good. But yeah, back in the time it was like this. So I still continue to ride for myself. I still love to go to the park and do some jumps and rails, etc. But yeah, I kind of stopped my career. Let's name it. And then during those times I went to study in France, in Grenoble. And then I was, also met some people, and we were riding a lot. And then I also met my boyfriend, who was from Switzerland, and I moved to Switzerland back then. And then in Switzerland, I actually discovered the free ride, and we were starting to free riding in the forest and all around the place. And some of friends from the village I lived in, they told me, hey, you should try some freeride comps. You're riding pretty well, so you should try it. And this is how I ended up in Verbier week for the first time, and like two-star competition or one-star competition. And I remember it was my first competition ever, and I won this competition. And there was like a little light in my head. Maybe there's something to do with it. I really love it, and I enjoyed it so much. And this is how it started. And actually, this was my first year competing. This year I came up to 3-star comps, and the second year I was like the very last one to qualify for the 4 stars. Then I won my first 4-star comp in Lavoisier. I remember very, very well. And then it went really, really, really good. I did some few podium finishes, and I qualified for the tour after only 2 seasons, not even full 2 seasons. So you can imagine how unexperienced I was, back in the time, and it was like so stressful for me. And even in the movie, I'm telling about this story that after those, I was like actually only few comps in my life and qualified for the tour. And there is the first ever Freeride World Tour competition. And and actually, there's this
And you were the first rider to drop in.
Yeah, the draw, and I draw the first number, and we were the first category to drop in, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die up there out of stress, I think. So yeah, it was pretty extreme emotions for sure.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely awesome. I remember watching some footage of that, and it's you did look a little bit nervous up top, but you handled it. You handled yourself very well. And then there was that first season, the second competition in Andorra. You put in a really good run, and then you fell 50 meters from the finish line. What was going through your head when that happened?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't believe, no, it's not true. Like, I was already, because as I was saying before, I wasn't happy with my first run. It was like, I was skiing so, too easy, and I didn't want to crash. And I was like, it's not about this. I have to go, more all in and with more risk. So I did a pretty big clip that I also, as always, I was surprised that it's high in the air, but I managed to land it, and broke my pole. So I ended up the run with only one pole, which isn't like super easy in freeriding. And then I did another clip pretty nicely, and I was already okay. Oh my god, I did it! I didn't crash. And at the very same moment, it was kind of the wind dip. It was very hot during this day, and it was already pretty late, because I think we were in the last category, and it went to the shadow, and it kind of became crusty after all sunny day, and it was the shape of the snow, and my ski went under this little like wind nip, which I didn't see because it was on the shadow. And in the second, I was like without my skis, without everything, like flipping in the air, and like it was the end. I was just seeing the finish line. I was super happy, to cross the finish line. And then, as you know, if you lose your skis, you have like 0 points. I'm like, oh my god, it's the end, and it's all happened so fast, And then all the run, maybe it's like, it was in Andorra, the face is short, so maybe everything was maybe 30 seconds. And yeah,
Yeah.
it was very tough. I was
Well,
so angry about myself.
we all felt for you. We felt your pain when that happened. So, um, so yeah, well, you've only been on tour for a couple years, so we've pretty much covered the high points and low points of the whole thing. How on the side, so you are obviously a fully sponsored athlete. We've talked about Scott. I mentioned Majesty skis, but
Yeah, sure.
you have
Sorry
seems to
for,
me you have
yeah.
a really special relationship. Yeah, we know we didn't kind of. I mean, you're fantastic because you actually answer questions before I even get a chance to ask them. But in the film, your relationship with the guys from Majesty is for me is one of the special parts of the film because it's a Polish ski company, and I don't think there's many Polish ski manufacturers out there. And yeah, and it seems like they really kind of brought you into the fold, and it was a bit of a serendipitous moment. It was kind of something that was just meant to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And you actually asked before. Sorry, sorry, I'm talking too much, so I forgot to answer. Yeah, for sure. We are with Majesty together already since my freestyle times. Not from the very beginning, but almost. You ask who find who, and actually we knew each other from this, Polish market, from this Polish skiing world. I knew Majesty, Majesty knew me. And once we met, and yeah, hey guys, I'm the Polish rider. I'm doing some international stuff, so it would be nice to represent you. And they're like, yeah, we were actually about to contact you, so it was like a perfect timing. So we started in those freestyle times, and then we kind of really grew together into freeriding. Since my freeride career, we were all the time together. And yeah, I'm telling this story in the movie that I'm from the city of Łódź, which is already strange in skiing world, and they are from the seaside in Poland. And in Poland, seaside is on the north, not on the south, so it's even further from the mountains. So they got I don't know 800 kilometers till the nearest mountains, and it's like also totally flat. There's a Baltic Sea there.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So it's like super crazy, like me from Wood and they are from the seaside, and all together we are we have a this ski team and trying to conquer the European skiing world, and going to the tour together. And I was super proud as and the only one Polish rider to represent this Polish brand, and it's very important to me. I have like few Polish sponsors. And also, Scott, they have like this Polish distribution, so you are doing the things together. And yeah, it's important for me. And really, Majesty, it's amazing because we knew each other. We know each other really well. With the CEO of the brand, so we've got those meetings. Okay, guys, maybe we can change something with this key. Let's try this or let's try that. So we are the real partners, and this feels really amazing.
That's fantastic. And how do you juggle your relationship with your sponsors and at the same time, because you're not even a budding entrepreneur, it's you're actually a business owner at the same time, and you have quite a few other ventures going on outside of the world of free riding, which I guess, because I'm not going to say you're old, because compared to me, you're a young lady, but but in the world of free riding, there's a lot of teenagers, and you were 28 when you were in your rookie season.
Exactly. Yeah.
How do you juggle your career as a free rider and your career as a businesswoman?
Yeah, to answer, yeah, my age is a fact for sure, but actually, from the very beginning, I'm kind of, I know that, in the sport like skiing, if it's like freestyle or freeride, for example, the injury can happen like super fast. And if you have only one way, if you have only skiing in your life, it's hard, already you have a big pressure that it has to go well, to have a some good results, etc. If it's your only income, but also for your mind, it's only sport, and you have to put everything on that. It's becoming your job, kind of, And I wanted to keep skiing as my passion, which is like the passion on 200%, and I'm giving it so much time, and I love it so much. And it's for sure, it's kind of job / passion, but I always wanted to have this option B in my life, and also to do the things during the summer, during off season. And I have, I think, too much energy to keep it only in skiing. And so I've been studying like international business, so I am into that. And also my parents, they are business owners, so I think it's in my veins to do some business stuff for my own. And I love to create something from A to Z, and to see something grows, and doing some business and partnerships, etc. So this let's say this is my another passion, but also kind of option B after sport, or in case of injury, to have this way out, kind of.
Oh, that's great. And I think that's one of the fantastic things about the Freeride World Tour. There's so many athletes because I mean, let's admit it, it is a niche sport. So there's a lot of people that are self-financing their seasons, that are working as firemen, or there's biochemists, there's computer programmers, there's so many different backgrounds. Of course, you have the young up and coming kids, sponsored by Red Bull. Nothing against Red Bull, but you've got the kids that have the full support, that are all in on the free riding, and then you have kind of the adults in the room that have other things going around. And I just find it's so fascinating, and such a great mix of people coming from so many different backgrounds. And I mean, the nurses, and they're just really people that have other careers but do the free riding, the competition, but free riding because for the love of it. And it sounds, I mean, obviously, we've done my research, but I've have the people from the Freeride World Tour, especially Dom Daer. He said, no, what I love about Zuza is, she's a fantastic rider, but she's also doing it because it's, the free riding for her is just her way of living her best life, but she's got so much stuff going on outside of it that's fantastic as well. So, but what's your focus? What is your number one thing outside of the tour from a business standpoint that you're working on?
Wow, actually it's evolving all the time. Like two big projects that I'm doing is the academy that I said before, because also I found, the freeride such an amazing, as you said, the way of life, and I living my dream all the time, being outside, away from the mountains, and like far from the mountains, like the half of my life. I'm enjoying every time on the comp, and during the season to be on the mountains, because for me it's not the really natural thing that I was born with. It was like something that I was dreaming of, and I managed to get there, so I really enjoy it so much. And this was also the idea to create the academy to, after my career, to be still in this industry with those people, and to help the young people to get there and to get the dream. So for now it's the academy. And also I have a project like between Switzerland and Poland. We are actually doing a project that we already have it, but it's still in the prototype phase. We are doing the table, which is like solar table, and it can be your kind of energy independent office. There is like few options. There is a table with the integrated solar panel, and this solar panel can turn around. It can make you the shadow to work with your computer outside, and it produces pretty big amount of energy, so you can charge your phone, computer, do the coffee, whatever you want. And we wanted to put it in the like for sure for the private, also for the public area. For example, there is like some kindergartens outside, and we wanted to put those tables just next to them, that you're producing it produces the power that you can use for your computer, but also it goes to the I don't know how to say it in English.
Back
I don't
into
know,
the
connection.
utility
Yeah,
grid, electricity grid.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's all green for sure. It's from solar panels. But also it gives, for example, the space for moms. They have the kids on the kindergarten and they can work or, doing some stuff, connect and charge the devices. Yeah, and we have some projects with hotels, with restaurants, etc. Because it's when you don't use it as a table, you produce your energy for your own usage, so you are getting lower cost for the energy that you are using in your restaurant or hotel, for example. So yeah, and in the first place, we wanted to be like a beautiful furniture, like from the made out of the wood, like 100% natural, and make it look nice and practical and eco and kind of mix of all this, the elegance with the economical and ecological aspect.
Awesome. That sounds fantastic. That's the company is Vita Tech Solutions. Is that it?
Exactly. This is it. If we have it in Switzerland, we are also planning to do it. Like we have a big part of production in Poland, but we also, maybe if it works, going to the other Alpine countries if it's possible.
All right, fantastic. Well, we're gonna wrap it up pretty shortly here, but tell me, where do you see yourself, and what do you think you're going to be doing in 5 or 10 years' time?
Wow, that's a great question. I don't know. I have no idea. For example, I want the academy to grow. And as with the vision of freeriding goes to Olympics, I'm trying to send some people under my wing to the Olympics. That's for sure. It's a beautiful dream that I hope I will be able to do.
So do you see yourself as coaching future Olympians and not being a future Olympian yourself?
It's a hard question. I'm also asking it myself, as you already mentioned. I'm not the youngest one in the crew, so it is not impossible. I think I would love to go to the up to 26 World Championships. That's for sure. And then never say never. So maybe also I would love to go. It is a dream for sure. Then I want to be a realistic, but I don't say no, don't say yes, but even if it's also me, I want to help others to go to the Olympics too, and to make my businesses on the same time to continue to do the both.
Yeah, no, indeed. I love the business side of things. I think it's a fantastic product that you're working on right now. Okay, this is really the last one. Then I'll let you do some shout outs to friends, family, sponsors, the rest of it. How do you rank yourself, your chances on winning the 2025 Freeride World Tour Ski Woman title?
Oh my God, I hate this question. I mean, I have got so much respect for for all the girls out there. They are amazing riders, and there's new ones coming. And I think from many years, this women's freeriding, we're going really super fast, and we are progressing all together. And it's just amazing to be part of it. And I would love to do that. I'm doing everything to make it happen, and I'm giving myself everything I can to do this, and then I respect so much the others. But I don't know. I think it's a question. It's not a question for me. It's a question for the people are looking for us riders from the outside. So it's hard to say about myself.
Fair enough. Now, okay. Well, tell me. We're going to move on with still in the same vein. Who are some of the other girls that you think have the potential to win the title?
This year is amazing. There's Astrid. She's such a strong rider. There's Sibyl also. She has already so much, like the amazing skills. There's already been many years on the tour. There's Ari. She's coming back, but it's like she's 3-time world champion. There is Justine, who already won her title. So I think there is no one name or two names I can mention here. There's a lot of girls, and it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a special year for sure. Like as the last one, but this one too. And we're missing Hedvig, we're missing Manon, but there are such a great shredders. And really, to be honest, I don't want it to sound, too sweet, but it's an amazing, because we are respecting each other a lot and we are pushing each other. And you see another girl doing something and in your head like, okay, it's amazing, like I'm super happy for her, but that means that I can do it too, and it motivates you. And we are really honestly happy about other girls doing great. And this is something which is like very special and very, very positive about freeriding, for sure.
That is the absolutely best way and best comment to end this podcast. Zuzanna, thank you very, very much. It's been fantastic spending an hour with you. I did promise, if you want to give any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Once again, just thank you so much.
Yeah, big shout out to all my sponsors, Scott for sure, and Majesty, and hello to the Baltic Sea, and all the my other sponsors. I'm with Montec, they're super amazing. I'm with Viking, which is like a Polish producer of gloves, and also Tyrolia, that never had any problem. So thank you so much, Tyrolia. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you to my parents. Thank you to all my friends and all the people like watching me and helping me with all my career and achieving for me. It's like it means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And to Freeride World Tour also, this is all thanks to you. So we have those amazing careers thanks to Freeride World Tour, and this is something amazing, because I think there's a lot of people who would never be able to do what they are doing without a competition, without the tour. So yeah, thank you so much.
All right, Zuzka, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Best of luck this season.
Thank you so much, and see you on the snow.
So that was our chat with two-time world number 3 in the ski women category, Zuzanna Witych. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Stay tuned to the Freeride World Tour social media channels to find out who our next special guest will be on No Fall Zone. We'll see you back next Friday. Until then, don't forget to drop in.